Hello and welcome to the Press Box podcast. I am your co-host Daniel Marshall and I'm joined here by
Lucy Casey.
Hello Lucy. Okay, so before we go into anything, I'm going to go through a couple of topics that we're going to be covering today. One of the first topics we're going to cover is the Alex Greenwood red card against Chelsea Man City. Got booked for time wasting, which is interesting.
One, yeah.
We're going to talk about FIFA's decisions for who's going to host the World Cups in the future. 2030, we've got 3 continents and 6 countries just for one World Cup. Yeah, that is a mad decision. And of course, we're going to go over the Arsenal Man City game where Arsenal won at 1-0, which you'd like.
Pick up. Yeah, we have to talk about that.
Yeah. But before we go into any of that, we're going to talk about our story and why we've created this, which will be nice to cover. So to start off with, if you are watching this, welcome and thank you for watching this, and we appreciate it very much. This is the Press Box podcast. The plan for this is that, you know, we're going to have a good few guests come in the future. We've got some exciting guests lined up, I would say, personally.
Let's stay tuned for it.
Yeah,
but for today, you're pretty much stuck with us.
Yeah.
We'll just be chatting about our story, how we got into the industry, football, everything like that.
100%. So we'll go into our personal experience, like you said. We'll go and talk about like the beginning of the Woodwork as well, which will be exciting, I think, and the journey with that.
Throwback,
And then let's finish off with what we'll do with the podcast. I think is best. We'll add that as like the final touch.
Leave them waiting. Yeah.
I'll
see you.
I see your stick. Yeah. Okay. So first off, let's start with you. I want to ask you the questions because I want to ask you. Straight off the bat. What got you into football? Why football? Why do you love football? Everything, just, you know.
For me, I think it's a bit of a weird one because I didn't really, like with you, your family's obsessed and I know many people, they got into football through that. For me, it's literally just purely based on the fact that my mum had this, she literally just would get letters through or whatever about what clubs do you want to join at school. And she went, oh, there's a football one, do you want to do it? And I was like, sure. Like I just had that yes mentality. Nice. And that's something that I'm carried with me because I'm like, it will get me somewhere hopefully. So I literally just said yes, went to the session, enjoyed it. I was the only girl, enjoyed it, like loved playing with all the boys. And then from then on, I sort of just carried on. But I didn't really, I never supported a team until I was 10 when my dad would take me to Arsenal Women. So then that's why I support Arsenal, obviously. But it's mad because some people are like, from the minute I was born, I was a gooner or whatever. And I'm like, for me, it's a bit of a different one.
It's still young.
Yeah,
you're still young. You're still very young. I didn't know the story that you had joined a football team and you was the only girl.
It wasn't even like a football. It wasn't like a proper.
It was like
team.
a
It was
school
literally
club.
just after school club.
Yeah.
I think it was like an Arsenal academy thing. They came in, but it was nothing too deep. Like not Arsenal or anything.
Just Arsenal academy.
No, it's nothing like that. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. But they literally just came in and just would just teach us whatever. It's interesting because I look back at photos, I'm like, oh, like how did I even know how to kick a ball back then? Like it's so cute, like the little shin pads.
I bet it's nice to look back, to be fair.
It's pretty mad seeing as well, like how it was just all boys with me. And I think as I got into maybe year 2, 3, there was a couple of older girls, but it was pretty much you stood out. Yeah. But I liked it because then it was somewhere I could stand out, be me. And
that's true.
So it started from the playing aspect of it. Yeah. Then my dad was like, let me show you some role models, which is one thing I'm really grateful for that he did that. So then we started seeing Arsenal Women because we're from South London. It's obviously it's a bit weird. It's a North London club, but it's still London based. So somewhere that's fairly local. They were doing really well at the time. Had their invincibles of so many games unbeaten. So I think it was maybe like the 2011, 2012 season that I started going.
Wow.
And then I started playing myself for different clubs. So then I had to stop going. But it's weird because not many people really got into the industry or really got into liking football through the women's side. Whereas for me, that was my first pathway. So
yeah, that is true because, like you said, you don't really get many people that go through like the women's side originally.
As in, everyone will tell you from like 1972 what happened on this day between these two men, like when they were playing football, and I'm just like, oh, okay, right. Whereas for me, it's like I can tell you all about Kelly Smith, Jordan Nobbs, Steph Houghton, all those players that I saw, and I was like, I could be that. Yeah. Like, obviously it didn't work out, but like,
it's alright. It's alright. Don't worry.
No, but like we saw that, and I was like, that's good. That's representation, and that's why when I see the growth of it now, I'm like, wow, I was sat in Meadow Park with like. Probably it was me and my dad and maybe about 50 other people. Yeah. And now it's like that's been sold out because obviously that's another issue, but there's only like 4,000 people.
Yeah, so I think the difference is insane, isn't it? Like we've been to Meadow Park plenty of times, and if you don't know what Meadow Park is, it's Ballroom Wood Ground.
Best ground.
How many? What's like the seats capacity for that?
I think it's literally like 4,000. It's the same as Chelsea.
Is it 4,000? I don't even think it's that much. Surely.
Well, that's probably including like press, but there's not that many.
True.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it's not big. But like when you go and go there and look at the games there, and then compare it when we're seeing Arsenal play at Emirates Stadium, and like when we covered the Wolfsburg game and how it was packed out.
Oh my God, that was
like
unreal.
when you think about how much has changed, like it is.
We need to find a mid ground, like somewhere in between, because I don't think you'll be able to get 50, 60k every single week.
No, I suppose not.
But I think
you can get more than
10,000, 100% is doable.
Yeah, 100%. I think for you guys, definitely. Yeah. But that's interesting. I think that's one of the biggest key things I remember from when we first met was that you kind of came through the women's side, and I found that really interesting.
I think especially at UCFB, it kind of makes you stand out a bit because 100%. Everyone's gone through it with family or the men's. Like everyone knows Premier League, whereas WSL it's a bit hit and miss.
Shaky. But it has got better, I would say.
Yeah.
I think there's still a long way to go, especially for the national leagues.
Yeah.
As a Burnley fan, obviously.
That's true.
Like,
we'll get onto that in a minute if you couldn't tell he's Burnley.
I am Burnley. Yeah.
But exactly. That's why I find it quite, I don't know, interesting because I'm now trying to learn all about the men's game more so in the last 5 years, I'd say. I've started now learning about it, whereas I know for you're now learning more about the women's game, so it's like the opposite. But I think it's so good, like wanting to educate yourself about it. So
100%.
But for you, you're obviously your family, everything's Burnley.
Yeah,
if you've been into his room, every single it's just Burnley.
To be fair, it has got better. Where last year I did have everything Burnley, and I still have a lot of Burnley stuff in my room, but I have toned it down. I have come to the realisation of everything doesn't have to be Burnley, and I think it's more because I was missing home. I'm growing. I'm growing as a person.
Character growth. I like that.
I mean, Burnley is still the best club.
You open your mouth and it's Burnley.
Yeah,
so it's just it's part.
And I think I miss home a bit. I think that's what it was kind of like. It felt Hornley having everything Burnley, but for me, I think this might shock you a little bit, but I've always been into football ever since a kid. Always been into football, but I'd say I've been heavily involved in it only for since 2018, I'd probably say.
Okay.
Yeah, 2018.
Just pre-lockdown.
The Russian World Cup is when I first properly... I've grown up where, like I said, my family are Burnley... my dad's side of the family, Burnley obsessed. They
you
could
have
tell
to support that there's
everything.
no other,
they are Burnley obsessed, and they go to every home game, have season tickets for years. My gran was telling me stories where... So in the 80s, I believe, we were Division 4. We were crap, basically. We were terrible. But my gran would take my uncle and stuff out of school just to take him to an away game in Division 4 and stuff. So when it comes to their commitment for Burnley, it's they were committed. So I've always grown up on I've always gone on the street and played football with my mates. My auntie or my uncle or my grandparents would take me onto the games and I'd watch the games and stuff. And
it's really nice. It's your whole family as well. Everyone. It's not just the men would go out and do this or what. It's just literally everyone supports it. That's one thing I do get from you. It's more of a community and family feel.
100%.
Which is something that I kind of wish I did have because I'm pretty much one of the only people that supported Arsenal in my family. Whereas you've got that really nice community.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing for football for me is that Burnley Football Club. It is the biggest reason I love it is it's my community. When you look at Burnley, everyone supports that club. That club is the heart of the town. That's not me exaggerating. That club determines people's emotions for the weekend kind of thing.
That is very true.
And when we got relegated a couple of seasons ago, oh my God, that was the pain. The absolute
walk the streets just
But it's since from living with my mum, which I've lived since I was born till I was 18 when I moved out. She lives 5 minutes from the ground, and my bedroom you could see Turf Moor through the window.
Could you actually see the games?
You could see
free ticket.
They've covered they had so it's a corner bit, and they've covered that bit now. But before you could see half the game.
That's so cool.
And if we scored, you'd know we scored because we also had a song that would play when we would score and stuff.
Cute.
So if there was times where I couldn't go on the games or whatever,
you just hear
I could hear it. I could watch it and hear it outside my window. And if I'm going out playing football, if I'm going out for going walk to school or anything, I'll see Turf Moor every single day. So for me, subconsciously, I'd say every day, football has always been there, specifically Burnley, and I've always dabbled in Burnley Football Club. I'd say in my young years in high school, I wouldn't necessarily I'd watch Burnley games, but I wouldn't keep in tune with England games or anything like that. It would mainly I'd only really care for Burnley. So
but it's what you can see as well. So if it's literally right outside your window, you're gonna
100%. So like when it comes to like, I'd say my football knowledge before 2018 is decent. I'd say from 2018 onwards, it's good because that's when I invested in like so many like outlets of football. But before that, it was just Burnley. Like I couldn't care for anything else other than
It is mad you say that though, because I always felt like, especially coming to this uni, that there was a lot of pressure that I had gaps in my knowledge because I felt like everyone would literally test you on like everyone's blood type and like whatever, like those mad questions. And I was like, oh my God, but it's not like that. So many people have so many different journeys. That's why it's good we're obviously saying ours because I don't know.
I feel like because it was that pressure, isn't it? Because it's a football business unit. Like you feel like you have to come here and you're like
you have to know
like
every single thing.
But I found like for me, like it was a case of UCFB is like a community thing for me as well because UCFB started at Burnley. It's made by Burnley man.
Everything's back to Burnley.
Everything is back to Burnley. My auntie worked at Burnley, so. Like I remember choosing kind of what unis I want to go to, and I knew like UCFB came to my mind, and I just knew like I had to go to UCFB.
There was just that feeling,
So, and I think like there was that pressure of going to UCFB. If you don't know what UCFB, if you're watching, by the way,
I'd say that's actually really bad.
It's a football business university. So it's a uni that. It does like the degrees aren't labelled as football degrees, but like they are
like
very focused
we do sports journalism, so it's meant to be, but it's very heavily football based. So
but it's like coming here and being here for like 3 years now. It's not as pressuring as I thought it would be, and I think I couldn't praise this like uni like high, like especially what they've done for the woodwork and like being here
literally.
And like we literally
right now.
I know we're an ad sponsored by UCF. No, we're not sponsored. Just to clarify. But it's like going to like I think we take to granted that we can literally go to Wembley Stadium and just go to lessons, and if we want to like go on our laptop and sit in the stadium, we can.
Just look
like
at
when
it is
we deep
mad.
that like that. We're very
like if you look back to 2018 when you first started getting into football, and if I look back to my 10-year-old self when I first started liking it, they'd be like, whoa, this is mad. So
100%.
it's pretty cool.
So we've been on a bit of journey for football.
It's been pretty good.
I remember, this is a little bit off topic I suppose, but I remember when we first met, we was in we went into I think this is the first time we met. I think we sat next to each other in the seminar or lecture.
Yes.
And there was a personality test. I don't know if you remember that. And
it was some random letters, wasn't it? Like extrovert, introvert, like
it was like this very like specific personality test where there was like 25, 30 outcomes. And I think us two were the only ones that got like the exact same one.
Isn't that just perfect? Like,
well, look at us.
Look at us. Fast forward 2 years, co-host. Wow. But no, exactly. It is pretty mad when you look back.
100%.
As well. But
okay, let's go and talk about the woodwork then. The start of the woodwork. I think we should.
I think you should take the lead on this because I joined a month after it starting. So you take it away.
Yeah, so I founded the woodwork back in August 2022, and it weren't just me. It was with someone called Jamie, who is no longer with the company. But he's still alive and everything, so don't worry about that. Just to clarify.
I to clarify that, but
the woodwork from where we started to now, it just feels. I mean, there's still a long journey to go.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it's crazy how much has been done. And just how unexpected it has been as well.
We've even got mugs and everything.
We got mugs.
We're going up.
We got mugs.
They actually do have a drink as well. Not sure if they do on the news, but we're actually being authentic.
Go on, do you want to clink it? Go on, there we go.
Clink.
Cheers. Oh God.
It's okay on your laptop.
Oh Christ. Just stop fucking.
Anyways, carry on.
Back to the website. So yeah, we started off and. When me and Jamie met, we actually founded the company in a pub called The Torch. Many people may know The Torch. And I think the original idea was that he's doing a marketing degree. He wanted to be involved, like social media wise. Yeah. And obviously, us like for me doing journalism or whatever, he felt like, okay, well, let's actually create like a full thing here, like a multimedia football thing where we can run a website with articles and we can have like social media staff and then we can start implementing broadcast stuff, and that's kind of when we went. And I think the way we've gone about it, I think we've had our like ups and downs in the business, and I think that's granted.
It's, bound to happen.
But then you joined us. You originally joined us as a writer,
and slowly worked.
And
One question actually before we get onto that,
okay.
that I feel like no, it's not deep. That I feel like other people might question because I did. Okay. Why is it called the Woodwork? Because I was like, it sounds cool. You get it, like you hit off the woodwork, but like why? Why that?
Okay, so we wanted the first fun fact. We originally called it Box to Box. The company was called Box to Box, but that was already trademarked.
Isn't that Jill Scott's got a Box to Box?
I feel like now she does, but before we.
Oh, okay.
But we see. I don't know how Jill's got Sunny because we was going to call it Box to Box.
Is it Box?
But the way I think she's.
Let me fact check.
Hers is definitely Box to Box. I've seen it 100%. But I think she's worded it differently where. When it comes to like trademark wise, she can get away with it because I think like hers is worded very weirdly. Anyway, we named it Box to Box, and so it was like trademark. So I was like, oh, we have to come up with something. Yeah. And then we was going to go with Off the Woodwork. Now, Off the Woodwork wasn't trademarked, but
sorry, she's just clarification. She's put box X to box X. So
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's
box
clever getting
X.
Around that one.
So that's what she's doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. We was going to go with we was going to call it Off the Woodwork, but although it weren't trademarks, they were already like social media pages called Off the Woodwork, so it was kind of like
because it's more of a phrase rather than like a
100%. So it was kind of like we kind of liked the idea of woodwork for some reason. We just kind of liked that, and I can't remember how it exactly came about, but it was just like let's just call it the Woodwork. And when we first started, like when we thought, the Woodwork, it doesn't sound right. I remember thinking, okay, well, if you think about like sort of any business,
it's never going to sound
like, like Apple, who just goes and goes like, let's call this company Apple.
It's so random, but
and I feel like now when we look at I feel like it's definitely around this uni
when
people are like, oh, it's the Woodwork, and it's just normal. So it's worked out really in terms of the name. And then we've had other people who've like helped us along the way, like Ben. Connor, I don't want to say last names just in case. But we've had a lot of people that have come and helped throughout the company. So it's not just like me and Jamie have done it or me and you. There's been so many people
it's in and out.
Who have, 100%.
No, definitely.
But you joined as a writer.
So, yes.
And then we decided.
Slowly worked.
Yeah, we then decided you'd be the head of women's women's content because we felt like we just didn't have enough.
I joined, it was sort of a company end of July. Then I joined more August time. Just literally a month after, because I was like, are you covering women's content? You were like, obviously.
We were
doing, at that point, I think, at that point, one thing I liked about the company, one reason why I wanted to get involved was because you guys were covering every game of the Euros. So then I was like, okay, cool, they like women's football, they value it. But then after that finished, I was like, no one's covering WSL. So then I stepped in, did that.
Yes.
And then from there, I think it was October, so a couple months, became head of women's content.
Yeah.
And then just got my own department basically.
Nice, yeah, you did.
And then pretty much now I think it was a 48-52 split for men's and women's content.
Oh yes,
so it's pretty much 50-50.
Yeah.
But that's like been a long time coming.
100%.
But we did actually decide to change my title back to just editorial manager.
Yeah, and I think that's the correct decision because I just don't like. We don't go around calling it men's football. We don't go around calling it women's football. It's football. And I think
it's quite a progressive step.
It should just be football.
No, exactly.
And it's not like it's called like men's Premier League or women's Premier League. It's it's women's Super League, and it's it's men's Premier League.
It's Premier League though. It should be men's. No.
Yeah.
Claim it though.
But I think like.
It's just because if we want to project out that football is football and we just cover football, then we need to make sure that we actually start with our positions and who works in the company. 100%. And that's why I think we work well as well. Not obviously just that personality test, but also morals because it is like, why are you laughing at that?
It's a personality test, sorry. But our morals are very aligned.
It is morals because you need to make sure that you're aligned and you know what you want to cover. Like if you literally just look here at our most recent articles, a couple of Premier League, but then also we've got a grassroots women's team that we're speaking about as well. So it's just, if you look, there's a variety, and I feel like that's what's really 100%. Key, and that's almost what maybe bigger companies are missing out on. So
100%, and I feel like
it's a good foundation we've got.
One thing for us, and I think you'd agree here, is that I am so glad that the company started before the Women's Euros, and we made the decision of covering every single game of the Women's Euros, because since the Euros, I feel like a lot of companies have jumped on the bandwagon just to appease people, get a bigger audience kind of thing, whereas for us, we've got proof like that's not the case. Like
no, literally. Go back and scroll down.
We got history. I got the receipts. I got the receipts.
He's got receipts.
So that's one thing I'm glad about, and I think I really like how you know, you've come from being a writer, you come from being the head of the department, and then I decided, you know, we'd make you a managing partner. I don't know why we, because it's just me and you. Making you a managing partner was the best decision I've ever made company-wise, 100%. Because just in life, steady on. Just because, like you know, one, personality-wise, we really gel off each other, but morals, you know, I think that's a big thing when it comes to running a business.
Also, it's a lot, like setting up a company and everything.
100%.
It's good you had Jamie for it, but then when you had such a long period by yourself, it's a lot of pressure on you, a lot of work, burnout. Like, we're very key on obviously checking mentally that we're both doing
100%.
right.
Because we're both.
So it's good to almost equal it, weigh it out.
Because we're both very much workaholics and we love just cracking on with stuff. But I think we're both also victims of like not realising when to stop either.
So it's good to bounce off and almost checking in each other.
100%. And I think the biggest thing, like, one, I just couldn't run the woodwork on my own. Like, there is just so much, isn't there?
Yeah, honestly.
And I think, like, you know, there's two things. Like, our morals are very equal, and we share a lot of the same opinion on that. And I think as well, like, we have a lot of trust in each other professionally. Yeah. Like, I know that if I was to do something wrong, I know you'd bollock me, and I know if you was to do something wrong, I'd bollock you. You know, and that's the best thing, like, going forward. And I think the way we are going forward, I think it's exciting, and I think, you know, I think the new recruits that we've got, the new people that have joined, and I love the idea of that we are like that first step for people getting in the industry. You know, like we've the conference we had, the Freshers Fair, where we had these new students come in and talk to us about the business and what they want for their careers in the future, and then having them join us, and you know, I love that idea of like, as well as
having
like
an impact.
Yeah, and as well as like, for me personally, I love seeing people who have come to us, worked for us, they've gone elsewhere and they've done well for themselves. Yeah. You know,
it's like a stepping stone into the industry. Or if you want to stay with us, stay with us. But if you don't, then you can carry on going.
100%. And it's like, 100%. It's the development of people because it's like a win-win. You know, people are developing well professionally, and we're developing as a company. And I think seeing growth on both sides of that, it's
I think as well for us as people as well to be able to manage a team. Because that's something, when you said about doing it, I was like, yeah, sure. And I didn't realise that, right, okay, you'd have to step up and be like, right, 100%. You haven't done an article this week, and you have to step in and
because you have
be
to
harsh,
be, you really,
but you want to be their friend, but it's so hard. But I think it's mixing that professional and personal life, 100%. Which is what we do quite well together. So then it's almost like we just can hopefully spread that through.
I think the biggest thing for us is that we obviously care for people's like well-being and like making sure that, you know, they are they're happy, you know, there's no issues going on. We care for people, but finding that balance of, you know,
pull your
weight, looking after the business as well as looking after people. You've got to find that balance, and I think I think we've really nailed that on recently. I feel like recently we've really got it on where people know that we care for it.
Hopefully any people.
Hopefully, we've got people in the gallery. And our hope is, you know, we do care about you in the gallery. Don't worry. I was expecting them to just completely cough the camera.
Yeah, we do care.
Strike.
Good day out. Literally.
But yeah.
But moving forwards though, because obviously this is the first show we're doing for Press Box.
Yes.
But moving forwards, where do you sort of want to see us? It's hard to say because honestly, I hate 5-year plans and people are like, where do you want to be in 5 years? I'm like, do you think I know what I want to do tomorrow?
Yeah,
like, it's
there's no chance. Yeah.
It's such a big
can't
question.
plan for it. Yeah, absolutely not.
But where would you want to see? Not specific details, obviously, but just roughly.
I don't want to be cheesy, and it will be cheesy. I'll be honest.
You're a pretty cheesy guy.
Yeah, I'm a cheesy guy. But it's like I've said before, is that obviously I want us to be.
Is this your impact?
Yeah.
This is
I want us to be like financially sustainable, so we can continue doing this. But I also, my biggest thing is that I want us to make an impact in this industry, and I think that if we focus on that, and we focus on our moral compass and what we want as a business, I feel like naturally the income will come to that. I want us to have an influence in the industry in a way that we benefit the industry on, because I feel like as much as I love the football industry and how connected I am family-wise and whatnot, I just feel like there's so many issues inside, like so many deep-rooted problems in football. Literally. And I feel like I'd love to have an influence on that. You know, when you like, it's just on many scales that I feel like a lot of very real-life issues get ignored when it comes to football, and I feel like I'd love for this company to be to be in a position where we can influence people's minds on that and think that as much as we
definitely.
care about football, we need to have a moral compass, because who are we as people if we don't have a moral compass?
Yeah.
We're just robots at that point. And I think
It's true.
the biggest thing for me is that the influence we have. And I think another thing is where, you know, the people we have working for us now, where will they be, you know, in the future?
Like, where will we be as well? It's just,
100%.
obviously it's a personal goal, as well as just the company's goal.
And, like, I'd love to have, you know, there's so many, like, these people in this company I'd love to stick with us for a very long time. But it'd also be good to see if other people leave, what do they go on to do and stuff, and like being a part of their career kind of thing. And right now I'm very content with everything.
Yeah.
And I think going forward it's too hard to plan. Like you said, you can't do it.
Because you couldn't have gone back a year and then looked forward to this point and been like, we'd be here. So it's just, you just got to go with it, just ride it out.
What do you think? What do you think? Where do you want to be in 5 years?
I think for us, still us two as the directors,
100%.
hoping we get our face out there more, as in the company's face, not just just hi everyone. No, but like hopefully get the company's face out there more, do more things. Also being able to pay our workers.
Facts, 100%.
Because I feel like obviously we're not getting any financial gain from this.
We have 0% profit.
Yep, literally, and. So it's hard when you're taking on people because there's no incentive necessarily, but the incentive is you get your foot in the door and everything like that. But hopefully in the future, then
100%.
if we get the money for it, to just reward people with their hard work,
100%.
because everyone's working so hard, and we're in a tricky situation
100%.
because I get if you want to go and do another.
Financially, we're not in a position to fund anyone.
No.
You know, we can't. The Woodwork itself can't even fund ourselves.
Hopefully we look back at this video though and we're like,
I think we will.
Or if we don't, we just get cancelled from the internet. We just can't.
We just delete the episode.
Fuck that.
But I think like the plans that we have in place for this year and like the financial talks we've had, I think will benefit a lot this year. And I think once we get to a point where we can properly pay people for the work they do, I feel like that'll be very like we've done well kind of thing. Like, look,
I think that is like one of the things that physically you can do, and it'll be like, okay,
100%.
that's cool. Because the rest is just the feelings of like, okay, we've done well this week.
100%.
This week maybe not, or whatever.
Because the way we see it, let's take today for example. Obviously we've got us two. Let's say if this podcast gets any funding or whatever, everyone involved in this podcast has to receive a bit of that funding. I don't think we'll ever get to a point where we can pay people on like a salary basis.
Oh no.
Because it's just like it's so unstable of what the income is.
We've got to be realistic as well.
It's going to be like a percentage share, I imagine, for like, you know, depending on the work they do and whatnot. But we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. I'm excited for the direction of the company. And I think going forward, we've got a lot of plans. One of them being the Press Box podcast, which we're currently in. We've got big plans for that, I think.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned, yeah. So this will be the sort of idea for this episode, but instead of us two saying our story every single week,
just have it on loop.
Have it on loop, yeah. We'll be
24/7.
I'm there. Call me, I'm there. We're gonna have guests come on every week.
Yep.
We're going to have guests come on every week. You know, I think we've got a couple of guests which are exciting.
Yeah. So make sure you stay tuned for that.
100%. And then we'll have some games and stuff. We'll talk about recent news. We'll have a bit of fun with it.
Talking about games, should we get into the next segment?
Let's go. Yeah. Okay, so we are going to do a tier list game. Have you done one of these before?
I actually haven't.
Wow.
Debut.
Debut. For this, we're going to be ranking the 2023-2024 season Premier League home kit.
Not the away.
No,
I don't want Arsenal to
not
get
the away.
butchered for that one.
I will say there has been an error in this before we begin.
Maisie noticed actually. We didn't even see it.
Yeah, give it to Maisie. Well done, Maisie.
Big up
Thank
shout
you,
out.
Maisie.
She's clapping. She's not crying anymore.
She's not crying, thank God. We've got Leicester in here, and Leicester are no longer in the Prem. So
should we just put straight, or should we leave? Yeah, we'll put straight.
Let's put that there. We'll have to put that there.
No offence.
No offence.
No offence.
Okay, but let's start with the kids. So let's start straight away. Crystal Palace. I'm not a fan of this one. I'm not. Should I get it up?
Yeah, do you want to get it up?
Yeah, I'll get it up. I'm not a fan of it though. For me, it looks like off-brand toothpaste.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Just need the white stripe in the middle. To be fair, when you look at their other kits, I do quite like just the classic.
I don't know though.
Is it their white kits, the away kit? Yeah.
The white, yeah.
Oh my god, that looks so nice. Because obviously being from Croydon, everyone wears the white kit and it looks nice.
Mind you, I'm looking at the detail now. It will be on screen.
What's the detail? Is it meant to be?
I think it's like meant to be like maybe their stadium architect.
Right.
But I don't know. It's not awful.
I think the colours, firstly, red and blue. I really like the colours.
Yeah.
The actual kit itself.
The sponsor's a bit, and Macron.
Isn't amazing. I feel like, because obviously the... Oh,
sorry.
That's fine. Don't worry. Put it where you want, Dan.
No, go on.
I think obviously because the badge, it's literally blue on blue.
Yeah.
I feel like, I do like the collar though. I like the...
Collar's nice.
A nice collar.
Yeah.
I don't think it should... I feel like middle.
I'm happy with middle. Shall we go with B?
Yeah.
B? Well, happy with B. Okay, Man City's kit. Now, I'm a fan of Man City's kit.
I feel like their kit's quite iconic. They just stand out.
They do stand out. They've got the money to make it stand out, to be fair.
Just a little bit more than Burnley, I think. Not much in it, but, you know.
Steady on. This is a kit. You know what? I don't think it's, like, top tier.
Okay, now I'm looking close. I thought it was just plain. I didn't know it had almost, like,
it's got, like, a...
stripes.
And it is cool. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not... I don't think it's top tier, though.
I think second. I really like the colour.
Yeah, I think second.
The collar, though, I think
Let's have a look at the colour.
Because it's a bit low. It's like a V. Kind of, I don't know.
No, I see that. Yeah, I think A. I'm happy to put it A.
Yeah, go with that.
Okay, United's kit.
United.
United kit. Oh, God.
Is there like a pattern in the background of it as well? I never looked this closely at the kit.
Oh, I think it's got like the rose, like the Lancashire rose. I'm guessing there.
I quite like that.
If that is the Lancashire rose, I want to Google that. I want to make sure that is. Does the menu?
Get up your whole search history.
Yep. Does the menu kit have the?
To be fair, I do like when they have a bit more of a pattern, so it's not just plain. Sometimes it can be a bit too much, but. It's
the Lancashire rose, so for me, that's upped it a lot for me, because as someone from Lancashire himself.
Because of the badge, I don't. Are you from Burnley? Wait,
yeah.
Joking.
Shocker.
No, but I feel like.
But that's so like the design.
Badge, but that looks sick.
Yeah, but what's wrong with the badge?
It's fine.
It's their club.
No, yeah. To be fair, okay.
I get what you're saying.
No bias, whatever. Sorry, my bad.
The sponsor's a bit crap. I think the sponsor is.
No, but every team's got a sponsor. Like, I feel like it's how it's going to be.
Yeah, I suppose so. But are we classing sponsor as like how we're going to rate kits or not, or?
Oh.
Because you got to think like
this before.
Yeah, well, because you got to think if they're going out and playing, if you're going to buy the shirts, it's going to have the sponsor, so it's got to count for how we're going to rate the kits.
True.
That sponsor's a bit poo. I would say so personally. Sorry,
okay, if you take out the sponsor, the actual kit I'd 100% put in the top. Now I've seen this little fine detail. I quite like that.
The Lancashire rose, it just makes it so good.
Should we just go with top? Can we always mix them after? Or is this like?
Yeah, we're not strict.
We create the rules, yeah.
What I find interesting as well is that although it's got like a Lancashire rose on, I just know like half the people wearing it won't
from London.
Never been to Lancashire, so that's interesting.
Are you calling them glory hunters?
Yes, yes I am.
Just thought I'd clear that one up.
Yeah, quite clearly, yes, yes I am. Okay, next kit we've got Wolves kit.
Yellow.
Interesting.
It's just a bit.
It's.
Is there any design? Is it just plain?
I'm not kidding. This might be bottom of the barrel for me.
I just think yellow.
It's terrible.
Wearing yellow. It's just.
Like when I see these like striped like these, I just feel like I just think looking at it, it just looks bad quality.
To be fair, I do like the collars and the little sleeve part. That's quite nice.
I agree.
Astro I'm actually like a fashion expert right now. But
that's not the worst sponsor.
What do you think the material is? Because for me, one thing, and I know like other people will find this, when you wear a sports bra, and like I used to wear a yellow kit when I played for Croydon, and it literally like you'd see it through, and like the shorts were the same. I don't think they wear the same shorts though, but like it was quite like yellow's quite a see-through colour, so I don't know if that for when the women play. Or if I feel like when they wear those cameras on there anyways.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
I don't think it's not the worst.
I don't think it's. It might not be. It might be slightly see-through.
In there, it looks a bit like orangey though, so it looks a bit.
Yeah, it does look orangey. That maybe it's like the lighting.
Okay, it's actually okay. Now I'm looking at the more I'm looking at it, I think the second one. I don't think it's bottom.
Wait, you think A?
No. See, second one. Sorry, I meant second one up from
no,
bottom.
Yeah. Okay, see, yeah, you know what? I'm happy for it
I
to
think
be.
with that. I don't think it's.
It's gonna be like, what?
It's not 2D.
Look at that. We've got a straight line down.
That's us done.
Right, I'm going
Next segment.
Fulham's kit. So we got Fulham 23-24 home kit.
Let's have a wee look.
Oh, I feel like this is just basic. That sponsor, that's an awful sponsor.
Okay, yeah, the sponsor, but I like what they've done with the sleeves.
Yeah, it's nice. I like that.
I quite like that.
It's awkward that they've used him.
Can I just say it's the colour theme of the Woodwork? So we've
got I think the colours are perfect. Actually,
I really like the colours.
The colours are really good.
Is it just striped? Is it
must be. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Mind you, just because it's like basic and classic doesn't mean it's bad. So.
No, because sometimes when they go out, it's a bit too leery.
Oh, there's a bit of a button at the top as well. I love a button shirt.
Are they actual colours?
I think so.
I actually love the actual colour. I don't think as a player you'd want to play in it.
I think it's a slight colour.
I think that kits are now tailored more towards fans and what they'd want to wear.
Yeah.
So definitely a colour, but
it's kind of a colour. You know what? It's growing on me. I quite like it.
It's a retro vibe with the strap.
I might go.
I'd say. Yeah,
I'm thinking B or A.
Yeah.
I'm thinking B or A.
A.
You want to go A?
Yeah. I actually quite like that. I think sometimes a classic, it's just.
Yeah,
got to keep it simple.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Forest, Nottingham Forest.
This one looks really plain.
Yeah, it looks plain. But again, if it's plain, don't mean it's bad, I suppose.
True. What's their sponsor?
Oh do they have a sponsor?
Sponsorless? Oh.
That's interesting.
Wait, if you click on that, would it go into the...
I'll see if there's like a... They must have a... Oh, maybe...
No.
Oh, Nottingham Forest announced too. Okay, so it is this. Oh,
so they showed
God.
it before.
Oh my God, that's terrible. That sponsor's terrible.
What is that for?
Cayenne.com. Shall we see what Cayenne.com are? Cayenne.com. I've never heard of Cayenne.com. Oh.
Gambling.
Gambling.
They're all gambling ones though.
Coming your way. So they're not even like a full-on...
Then
The Cayenne website is currently being built and will be live very soon. So they're not even like a... Oh my God, they've not even started.
How do they sponsor them if they've not even got money?
I don't know.
They could have money.
Well, they clearly do if they're sponsoring, but I just don't know how. They don't, unless maybe this is a new website. I don't know. I don't know.
That's very strange.
I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But that is...
I don't...
God.
There's nothing on it. Sorry, I feel like I keep leaning in, but my eyesight is so bad. That's literally just a plain top.
That might be D.
I like the colours.
The colour's nice.
But yeah, I think...
That's a D. Are you happy with D?
Yeah.
That's... This is what I mean.
Sorry.
We are very aligned. Our answers are very close.
Well, watch when we get in an argument.
Yeah.
Burnley D.
Yeah. No, we'll go on to that. Aston Villa kit. Well, let's go straight on to it.
They all look the same. I'm not being funny. They all...
Oh, they do. It's such a... Don't even get me started.
Copy my homework sort of energy.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just so done with it.
Are we going to...
Oh, wait. This is the kit.
Yes, I was going to say, are we going to take into account that with like the sweat and all that stuff? Are we going to take this into account for this? I got excited about that. Yeah, that's a weird thing to get excited about. Oh, it's see-through and it's sweat and it's awful to wear. Yes!
To be fair though, moving away from that, if we just look at the design, I like a design that's something a little bit out there.
Sponsor's a bit crap, and oh God, and look at that sleeve sponsor.
Colours are a bit shit.
What is that sleeve sponsor? What is it? Trade Nation. Oh, that's an awful
Go on their website, it's not even got one.
Yeah, we'll be trading soon. It looks all around there on the Peoples. The Peoples. Well, the players.
I like the kit, but with the background that it's see-through and everything like that.
And the sweat and everything. You've got
I don't think if it's going to make the players uncomfortable when they're playing it, they shouldn't be forced to have to wear it.
I think if they didn't have that issue, I would say this is a strong B.
Oh, okay.
Or A.
I was actually going to say A because I just really like when you've got a pattern on it.
Yeah.
So it's not as plain.
And I wouldn't be against an A for that. But because you have to take in account of like, you can even see it here where it's a little bit.
It crinkles like.
Yeah. And like when you look at that, for me, I think that has to go like C now. I'd go for a C.
Yeah, no, definitely bumps low.
Are you happy with a C? Yeah, I'm happy with C.
For sure.
Everton have released... I'm going to show you... We'll go over the home kit, obviously. But there's
scratch the whole game.
Yeah, just scratch the game.
We're done with this now.
There is a kit they released which was very funky I'll show you. Yeah, so this is their home kit.
I love collars.
I'm a big
just
collar
love
fan.
it.
I'm a big collar fan.
Not on a player though.
I think it's a nice collar as well. It's got like this little like pattern.
It looks like
design.
embroidered. Like that's cute.
I've not seen many colours with Hummel as they.
Yeah.
Isn't
that a sponsor for rugby like Harlequins or something? I feel like I can visualise it on one of them.
Stake.com. I'll say it now. I hate Stake. Hate them. They were like a crypto company.
Oh, okay.
So, and I'm not a fan of crypto companies. So for me,
it looks
really
nice, big on the
top.
top.
God, it's
like
big,
it takes up.
It's very big.
Quite a.
They must have paid a pretty penny. Definitely must have paid a pretty penny.
I really like the little details though.
The details are nice. Yeah, the little. It's not bad. It's not a bad kit. I think it looks alright.
I like this. Apart from the sponsor, it's just too big.
Sponsor, yeah, I agree. What would you rate it?
Probably B.
I was thinking B.
I was thinking middle of the park, just go for that.
Yeah, let's go B.
I just realised we're chatting about the sponsor being too big. If anyone looks at our training tops, the whole thing is just so much better. So I think for that an A.
Right, before we do, they've got like a. I'm not sure why they've made this kit.
Oh, is this like to do with Stonewall?
No, this isn't the kit. It was like that has to be to do with Stonewall for that one. But I swear am I losing my mind? Maybe I'm losing my mind. But I swear they had like they had like a kit, and it was just like stripes of just like colours, and it was really like illuminated.
I can't visualise what you're.
I don't know. Maybe it was a dream. I don't know. Maybe I've lost my mind.
You dream about Everton kits.
Apparently so.
Get it?
Okay, let's go on to the best club in the world, Burnley 23.
I thought we've already looked at these kits. They actually look too similar.
Yeah,
like I get it, the same colours and everything.
I hate this. To be honest, I
thought you were going to be proper biased.
No,
really?
See, because it's just like the sponsor's Aston Villa. The design's not bad. We've got a collar which is good. No button, that's frustrating. I just feel like it's just weirdly. By the way, that's our away kit. If I was to tell you that was Watford's away kit, you'd believe it.
100%.
Like I just hate our kits this year. Hate it.
This is nice.
That's our last year's kit, which was beautiful. But this, what on earth?
I think, you know what we're saying about collars? Love collars. But with this, there's a gap. Like it's quite a big gap, and it's kind of a.
I hate it so much.
It's giving me a bit of an ick. It's kind of there.
I hate it so much.
Actually, as well, because the sleeves are obviously blue, then the detail at the bottom doesn't match the collar.
No.
So it's not really symmetrical. It's a bit. I don't think it's that bad though. I prefer it. Well, I don't prefer it to the Villa kit.
Yeah.
Because I like the pattern on the Villa kit. Yeah. But I prefer having the collar. I don't know why. I just think they look nicer. The colour's
nice, isn't it? Yeah, colour's nice.
But playing in it wise, no. Fans, yeah.
Fun fact, I don't know if you know. Do you know who Dude Perfect are?
No.
They're like a big YouTube group that do like loads of like challenges and stuff, like sports challenges. They like have a share in our club, and they have like I think they sponsor the whole junior clarets and everything. So the junior
their logo does look quite cool.
Yeah, they have.
It is too big though for the like. I don't think it suits the kit.
Let's just get it out of the way and let's just. Right,
I don't know. I want to say C. And obviously, if you don't think, see, I think. This would go there if it didn't have the issues of.
Okay, yeah, when you put that in.
Off the pitch, like they're definitely not the same level, but.
Yeah. Okay,
Bournemouth, my favourite kit.
Really?
Before we started filming this.
Wow.
I just love.
This is your.
I just love the colour theme.
The colours are very nice, and I think if any club or company was to use red or black, it would be nice. But no, just
little.
Just them.
No.
I think it's. Oh God, no! It's too. It's like.
Just click on it. Let's give it some justice.
Okay,
let's
fair
zoom
enough.
in.
Yeah, fair enough.
So you see, it's just so simple. Like with the Fulham one, same colour theme, simple design. I think it makes them stand out. With you guys, you all look the same club, and like it's just.
Okay, for me to determine
experimentation can be a bit too much sometimes.
I need to see other Bournemouth kits because it's for me. Let's do 21-22 season home kit, and let's see what that looks like.
The same.
The same. Like, right, so we've got that one.
See that I don't like that one as much. This is nice, it's bold, it's big. Also the collar's quite nice. Like there's not an actual collar to it, but like
I've not noticed
neck
that.
part.
Yeah, I've not noticed that. That is
I think it just looks very put together.
Yeah.
Like you wear it and you're like, right, I'm ready for the game.
Let's do.
Whereas some of the other
last
kits, I'm like,
season,
oh, are you ready?
22, 23.
Actually, that's sick.
That one's better than.
That looks more like a training top though.
But it's not like. Yeah, that definitely looks more like a training top. But
that's
I just feel
cool.
like.
Something a little bit different, but this one's just.
I just.
Why not? Talk me
You know,
through
I
it.
feel like this one. This is the one where.
This is where we're going to scrap.
It's going to put. This is where it's put a spanner in the works. This one, because I couldn't disagree
All this
with you more.
personality is
It's gone.
shit. It's all
gone.
rubbish.
I hate you. The company's folded. I'm going home.
All because of this kid. Up the cherries.
I honestly. So you would say this is S.
Yeah.
I, honest to God, I'm not even kidding.
If you put it in D,
I would put this in D.
What?
I would.
What? No, I'm actually
I actually would.
getting a bit like can't sit straight
Because
now.
like
What?
the colour's nice, but oh my, like I just think
The
it's.
sponsor is, I think, a bit more subtle compared to others. I'm not as a huge fan or whatever, but it's a little bit more subtle. Just the detail, like the yellow around the badge with the yellow sponsor, like it works. It looks fresh. It looks nice. A hoodie under it as well looks really cool. Obviously, you couldn't play in that, but fans.
I'm just not a fan of it. I can't. But for me, I can't even pin why.
Should
I
we
just think like
compromise and go for
I
S?
just don't think I like stripes. I think that's what it is.
Why? Why
just-
don't you like stripes?
I don't know.
It's poor.
I just don't like it. I really just don't like it at all. Okay, maybe D's harsh. Look, I'm
S.
happy. I'm happy. I'm happy to compromise and put it B. That's
Yeah.
the best you get in here.
Okay, fine.
Are you happy with B?
Whatever, yeah. No. To be fair, I get you because it is more of a plain kit. It's just.
Yeah.
But I think you need to have your signature kits. You can't keep changing sponsors.
But for me, it's like, well, we've got this kit, and like,
But they've got the same sponsor. Like it's all the same. Like it's consistency.
I need to see one more kit.
Oh God, which
Sorry.
one is like a complete different sponsor?
MA8.
Okay.
But
it's a
like,
different
look how
sponsor.
similar that looks to that. All they do is have
one's like
stripes. They just get a kit and they decide to just, you know what, let's add a bit of a funky stripe, let's make the stripe a bit bigger. If the other kits look different and this was like, it's fresh on kit, I'd be like, okay, maybe, would it be S? Absolutely not.
Okay,
But
so
it'd be
you're
alright.
comparing it to other kits.
Yeah,
'cause
'cause
I'm
it's
just
like-
basing it on these kits.
Because like for me, when you look at a kit, like for me, if it's going in S tier, I'm thinking that has to be like top tier. Like that has to be like, you remember that kit. But for this, I don't think I do. I'm happy for B. Are you happy for B?
Yeah, we'll go with B.
Okay.
We'll go with
Right.
B.
Brighton.
Well, you don't like
kit.
stripes, so it's straight in D.
You know what? I've contradicted myself here because I feel like I'm going to like this one.
You feel like you're going to like it. That means you like it.
Wait, okay, right. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. I think this is it.
I think being sponsored by Nike as well is quite a...
American, the kit being Nike is cold. American Express sponsor, I think is wicked. I love it. I love that as a sponsor. And like how it's white
it's a bit-
striped and it's boom, American
It's a bit weird,
Express.
isn't it?
Do you think?
Because the colour, it's a different blue. I know it's the same blue around the badge, but it just looks a little bit
So where would you rate this kit?
just below the Bournemouth one. What letter is that? I can't remember. Above D. What is that?
You put it in C.
C.
You're putting that in C.
That sounded really stupid and I just said that it's alphabetical. But I literally was like, I was like,
What's
what
below
letter?
B? A, B.
No, but because it starts with S, it threw me off.
Okay, that's
But,
fair.
yeah.
That can't go in C for me personally.
I do like it. Actually, no, because I was going to put Bournemouth higher up, then I'll put this in B. Because obviously Bournemouth I would have put in S or A.
Yeah. Okay, so are you happy
So,
with B
yeah.
for this one?
Because I like the stripes.
Okay, that's fair.
The colours are nice as well.
Yeah. Liverpool, home kit.
Wait, you put it in C, but you meant to put it in B. I don't know.
Wait, what? Wait, where did I put Bournemouth? No, but I put Bournemouth in.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I got you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Liverpool home kit. Oh, this one's.
You talk and then I'll talk because I'm kind of thinking.
The sponsor's crap, I think. I like the design of like the white and the sleeve sponsor's not awful. The badge stands out. Oh, I kind of like
plain.
it, but it is plain. It's very plain.
We literally are the biggest hypocrites. We're like, no, it's too plain, and then we're like, whatever.
We actually are hypocrites. We actually are the definition of hypocrites. I'm going to say though,
I
Such a
like, wait,
bad
if you go back to when it's
sponsor.
on them, like when it's on players, kits firstly look so much better.
Yeah, they do.
But I actually quite like how it is round the neck when it's actually on them.
I'm going to say
That's a bit of a controversial player to put up, but
I'm going to say B. Like a
yeah,
high
I was
B.
going to say yeah.
I'm happy with B.
It's not GCSEs or anything. High.
Oh my God, I'm telling you now, before I even type this is going to be bottom of the barrel. Luton home kit. This
It stands out.
stinky. This is so bad. This is bad.
No, but
Do you think,
don't
where would you rate this?
Okay, before I say anything, I think this is so cool. How it's like inverted.
I'm going on.
No, but I think no. I
see
think
you
it's
later.
cool how it's inverted.
No, I'm
in each
going on.
other. Okay. So, anyways, I'll just take over. No, because
What do you mean? Like, look at that.
no. But I'm just saying how they've done it is cool inverted because Arsenal's away kit is completely different to the actual home kit. So do you
mean like how it's?
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's cool. I'll give you that.
Anyways,
that's cool. Sorry.
Now talking before you get at me.
But that was fair enough.
No,
fair enough. That I could have got spray paint done.
Yeah, because it's kind of like it's not even gradual. It's like a gradual. Like that's really nice. So
Thank you. No, I'm joking.
okay. No, but it's just like it's not really like a gradual. It's
just crap.
Wait, is the orange different on that side to it? Is
It
this?
feels like it. I was just looking at that.
Wait, so the sleeves are different. Oh. And there's a black line.
There's definitely some. Oh my God! I feel like the black line makes it. No, I
Oh, it's
can't.
not even black. What is that colour? Is that purple?
Oh, please, D. I'll do anything to put this in D.
Yeah, do it.
Thank you. I can't look at this kit any longer.
That
Oh
was
my
weird.
God. Okay, Chelsea.
They've now got a
23.
sponsor though, haven't they?
Who, Chelsea? Yes, I think it's
Because I was going to say, with that, it looks like a kid's top.
I think it's Infinite Summit. Is he going to show it?
Might have to go to the recent game, maybe.
Yeah, possibly. Oh, there we go. We can use this. Yeah, Infinite. Oh, way up. Infinite Athlete. I'm personally, you're not going to like this as an Arsenal fan.
No bias.
This is S. This is S for me.
Why?
Because, like, the badge, how it's like, how would you
It's like
word
the
it?
Lionesses one, isn't it?
Yes, it's like
I was about to
Lionesses
say
one.
holographic. That's not the right
But
word.
it's like illuminate, it's like that weird, yeah. And then like
What's
the
that
design
word?
they have, like the shoulder and like the design, the texture of it, and like the little cut white bits. That's an S for me. I love this kit. Love it. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Wait, is that actually Oh, I quite like the
Do you know
detail
what I mean?
actually.
And it's same with it's S. It's so S for me.
Only thing I'm going to say is you see this part down here.
Yes.
It's like not really linked to the other part. I get it's because it links to the under part.
Yeah.
I actually really like the pattern as well, like what you're saying, how it fits on them.
So nice. I'm such a fan of it.
Yeah, it's not the worst. It's not the worst kit, to be fair. The colour's nice. I like the blue.
For me, it's an S.
I'd say definitely an A, so it's up to you, whatever.
You know what? Because you are an Arsenal fan, I will put it here, just to save you that.
Thank you.
That.
Saving lives
Yeah.
on a daily.
Tottenham. So yeah, we gotta. So for people watching,
Maisie's about to leave the room.
Maisie, who's in the gallery, is a Tottenham fan. So.
We don't need to shout about it though. Why are you putting it all
Yeah,
caps?
why am I shouting? Why am I shouting? This is the kit. We got to be careful what we say now, Lucy, because we could lose our director here. So.
I didn't want to look. I was like.
You know what? I'm going to say it. I'm not even saying it because Maisie's here. That for me is a D.
Bad.
No, I'm joking. It's.
I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah, I don't. I think it's pretty. It's clean. It's nice. The sponsor is the sponsor right there? Is that the correct sponsor? You've had these for years, haven't you? Like,
It's pretty much.
do you not like the sponsor? It's red. The sponsor's red.
London.
I didn't
It's
even
red,
think
so
about
it
that.
wouldn't work.
The sponsor's red.
It's funny because we can't actually hear her, but I know she was shouting.
She's so mad. It's red. Oh my God.
True.
The sponsor
But
is red.
it is very iconic. Like it's very stuck with Spurs. Like you think of Spurs and you think of this sort
You
of.
do
kit.
think of it.
Like if you went back and looked at previous ones like we did with Bournemouth,
Yeah.
it's gonna look similar.
Yeah.
Also, the collar's actually quite similar to Chelsea's one.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, it's
So-
very much like this design pattern. I'm a big fan of.
Is it see-through though? It just looks.
It looks
really...
slightly. Would you say see-through? It's not see-through. It's not see-through.
No, but of course she's going to say that.
Yeah, just, yeah. Don't believe that.
No.
I don't believe that. Yeah. She's just going, what?
Actually,
Yeah, see-through. Yeah, 100%. That has to be see-through. Hang on. Have we got any players wearing it? Oh, Harry Kane. Oh, no, he's not with Tottenham anymore. Oh, never mind.
Bit of a sore subject, that one.
Oh, good.
Carry on.
I feel, for me, let's go B.
Yeah. I actually don't, it's hard to say it, but I don't think it's that bad.
Let's go B. Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
Before I speak,
oh God. Right, you know what?
we
Yeah,
really do ourselves with the gold stripes. Like, I know it's for the Invincibles and whatever.
No, okay. Can I just say, right?
Yeah,
I know, right? I know Arsenal have said it's for the Invincibles, but let's be honest, right? This kit was made because you guys were going to win the league. Right, let's be honest here, right? The gold stripes are there because you guys was going to win the league. Let's be honest here. So your club can make it out.
They start making kits at Christmas, don't they?
It's because
And then, get it, the first release of kits didn't even have the right dates.
Oh
and don't you remember? It was like, it had the wrong amount of, and I was like, wow. Also, I don't think it's just talking Invincibles. I was looking up the other day, and with the men, they were obviously Invincibles 0304. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. If I got that wrong for a sec. Whereas then with the women, from 2003 to 2009, they were invincible. They were unbeaten in everything.
Oh.
But that's not included because obviously that will go on a whole tracksuit. Yeah. So it's sort of, for me, I'm like, the women are wearing this, talking about the Invincibles and praising the men, but I'm like, you should be praising both sides, firstly. That's completely irrelevant. But if you look at the actual kit, I do really like it. I have the kit from the previous season, though, from last season with the collar. And I kind of,
nice
I prefer that one to this one. But I do like the little, I don't know what you think, but I like the little designs.
I love it. I'm a big fan of the kit. I think the gold strap's
just
nice.
did us.
I think it's like, Emirates as a sponsor is nice. The badge, you know, it's just a nice standout kit. It's fresh. For me, I'd put this as B. But if you want to negotiate that, I'm happy to negotiate.
I'd say A, but that's just biased.
You know,
but I'd say either one, because I just feel like
I'm happy for this to be an A.
It's a good kit.
I am happy for this to be an A, so there's no issue there. Newcastle.
See that Spurs were below. Just wanted to.
Newcastle. Oh my God. Is that the kit? Yeah, that is the kit, isn't it?
Why are you saying, oh, you really don't like the stripes unless it's Brighton?
Oh my God, I don't.
I really, okay.
Do you really like this?
Not like, it's not an S, it's not an S, it's A or B for me.
Oh my, right, you know what, I need to say, guys in the gallery, from S to D, where would you rate? Where would you rate this? S to D. I want you to be, okay, 1 is S, 4 is D. D, we got 2 Ds.
No, that's B, that's B.
Oh, that's B, oh crap. What would you rate it?
I can't just see what you want to see.
Max, what would you rate it? Is that D? Is that C?
3.
That's B.
B.
That's B. So you both rate it B? Oh, Christ. Yeah, let's go B.
The people talk.
Yeah, the people.
No, why don't you like it, though? Because the collar's nice.
The sponsor's crap. Let's start there.
But that's why it's not A.
The stripe, I don't like a strap kit. I just do not like a strap kit. That must be it. I just don't like a strap kit.
Can we just insert the clip where you say about Brighton?
Oh, like, let's cut that out. Nice. Let's cut that out. Are you happy B then? The gallery's spoken, they want B as well, so we'll go B. How are we doing on time, by the way? Are we good on time? What does that mean?
2.
2 minutes left.
A.
Oh, we've got 2 minutes left. Okay, so let's go. No, I'm joking. Let me put this back.
I like the JD sponsor for West Ham. I'm not going to lie.
The JD sponsor?
Yeah, on their sleeve. I'm like, that's quite cool.
Oh, yeah, they've got JD's.
Because it's not a gambling thing, it's actually kind of, they sell sportswear.
That's true. That is true. However, they do have a big, massive gambling sponsor on the front. So, yeah, it's nice they've got JD on the side. However, you've just got better. Do you know what, actually,
True.
I don't, like...
It's quite big as well, isn't it?
I don't want to say this in case I'm wrong, but Lucas Paqueta was getting, like, investigated for gambling.
But
and it's believed the gambling was through Betway, which is interesting.
But it came out that it wasn't him or anything like that.
Okay, so
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
What I've read about and what I've heard about it, it wasn't.
Because that stopped his move from Man City.
Because it was to do with like a family member that doesn't live in this country or something that was doing it, and it was just. I don't know.
They thought it was connected. Yeah. And that makes sense. I like the kit. I like the bubble. I don't know if you can see, but they've got like the bubbles design, and I think that's cool.
It's very them, like it's on theme.
I would say
I like also the collar. I feel like that's the same as, obviously going back to the Chelsea ones, like they're all kind of...
For me, this is A S tier.
Oh, really?
Gallery, what would you say? Maisie? No, Maisie thinks it stinks.
I think
Max?
it's B.
Max likes it. Max likes it. You think it's B? Maisie thinks it's C. Max, where do you think? Max thinks it's A. We've got 2 A's, we've got C, and we've got...
I'd say B.
B. Are we happy with B? I'll take B. No, Maisie's not happy with B.
I think B's nice because I like the bubble design and everything, but they all just look like Villa, Burnley, you all just look the same.
Yeah, they do. I'll give you
But you've got the same colour theme, so it's not really going to dramatically change.
The fact that out of all of us 4, Maisie would be the only one unhappy for it being B encourages me to put it in B. I'll be very honest. Yeah,
She's gone.
Yeah.
By the way, we're not actually talking to anyone. There's no one there.
There's no one there, yeah.
We're just pretending we've got friends. Hey, what do you
It's
feel?
just drawings of like a smiley face with their hair.
So annoying.
So you're saying, Max is saying A, I'm saying A, you're saying B.
Maisie's gone out the room.
Maisie's not here. Maisie's gone. Maisie's gone.
Okay.
Let's go B. This has to be B. This has to be B. I'm sorry, Maisie.
I like
it's
the
going
compromise where it works out.
Yeah. Yeah, it has to be B. Right, this one. Have they had this kit last season as well, Brentford?
I didn't actually see who it was. Oh, Brentford.
Because I feel like they have.
Well, it's stripes, so...
Well, it's... Yeah,
Why do so many teams have stripes?
They must have had this kit for ages now, surely. Or maybe not. Oh,
Wait,
no,
don't they do it every 2... Is it every 2 years?
Every 2 years.
I really like that.
So I feel like this is new. I feel like this is a new one.
Off topic, not really off topic, kind of a bit. Brentford, I just really like how they're like such a family atmosphere.
They are,
it's sort of how you describe Burnley.
100%, I agree.
And I just like how they get a kit every 2 years.
Yeah, I
Colour
agree.
theme and everything.
Like, because
they're
like looking after it, yeah, I'm...
Hollywood bets, I think it makes it look like, you know that Hollywood Bowls, like when you go Tempe Bowls?
Yes!
It makes it look
Oh
a little
my
bit...
God!
A little bit
What
naff.
a throwback.
But...
The issue is that Hollywood Bets, one, it's a crap sponsor, but two, with the whole thing with Ivan Toney, you know, he's come out talking about his gambling addiction, you know, the depression he's got from the gambling, his whole issues with gambling. When he comes back to football, he's ever into sponsoring, share,
or he'll be in an Arsenal kit, so it's fine.
Oh, that's ambitious.
Whatever, we'll see. I'm actually getting on Maisie's nerves.
But even then, like, it's a bad do. It is.
Yeah.
But I would say, where would you know what? You choose for this one, because I'm easy
I feel like I've actually kind of chose.
Yeah.
I'd say just put it... I'd say A or B, but because of the sponsor, probably B.
Let's go B.
Because it's a bit weird. Yeah.
Okay, last one, and we'll do
this. And this is the exact same.
What? You're thinking Sheffield United?
No,
B?
they look the same.
Oh, they look the same. I was going to say, oh my God. To be fair, I'm not... Well,
I haven't
seen
looked
the
at
kit.
it closely, to be fair.
Oh my God.
Oh, they have a long sleeve version?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, does every
Is
kit?
this it?
I feel like every
I feel like every... Oh,
Scratch
no,
that.
no, I don't think every kit's...
Well,
That
we haven't
stinks. That's D.
It looks like a cartoon.
That's so bad. That's so bad. Is that actually their sponsor? There's no way.
No, but you know the bold lines? It looks like when you do bubble writing, like it just looks
Yes,
literally
it
like
does.
an actual... Yeah,
No,
I'd put that in D.
B.
B.
I've lost
S,
my...
why not? Let's just throw it in.
There we
Oh
go.
my God.
That's our
United
list.
atop.
That's our list. United at
isn't
top.
not the
United
Premier League, though.
Okay, now that's... Oh, God. Okay. I don't know. God Christ. United the only one at top. That makes me feel sick. But they're Lancashire Rose. I'm such a big fan
I
of.
really like the detail of it, so...
I think I'm happy with that list.
Kind of.
What do you guys think? Too much in B, you think so?
That's because she wants this one to go up.
Yeah. So, you want this one?
This one here?
Go up.
See?
Oh, no, tumbles. No, man.
Thing is, we can't chat because they're top of the league now. I feel like I can't say anything.
Yeah, but you guys are technically top of the league.
Yeah.
She'll hear me saying that. She'll look at that. They're like, yeah, I told you.
Effing and blinded back there. Oh my God, they're trying to chuck things up.
Whoa! They've got Molotovs! Back in the window. Yeah, okay, technically you're not top of the league. Sorry, Maisie. I apologise.
No, not technically, we're not.
No,
you
I said
are.
technically they are. I'm saying you are. I'm saying you're top of the league.
Off, man.
Oh my. Oh my. Calm down. It's all right. Cheers,
Don't
mate.
thought he'd be the mediator, but yeah,
Oh, wow.
whatever.
Yeah, that's the first, isn't it? That's our list. If you, as a viewer, have any issues with that, sorry, there's not much we can do. But you can put your own opinion on it in the comments below, and we'll respond to that. Right, shall we move on to the next segment?
We're
going to go into some news topics.
A little bit more serious than this.
Yeah, we are 100%. The first topic we'll cover is the Alex Greenwood situation. Yeah, stay tuned. Okay, so the first news topic that we're going to go into, like I've just mentioned, is the Alex Greenwood red card, which is a very controversial one that led to Man City drawing with Chelsea 1-1 in the Women's Super League. Now, the issue is with the red card and why it's such a big discussion is because Alex Greenwood got a yellow card for a foul, which was not the issue. The issue is that she got another yellow card for time wasting.
Which, like you were saying off air, is pretty much a first. Like, never really seen
I've never seen it.
It's good as well. It's good to see a lot of coverage for the WSL. Don't get me wrong, but it's not necessarily for the right things because it's showing that our referees maybe aren't the best and aren't doing decisions that I think, well, Ian Wright, loads of people have come out and said that they don't think it's right.
Yeah. So I think it's odd. I think it's really, I mean, I know they were implementing it like harsh rules on time wasting this year, but I think, I mean, we're going to watch it.
Yeah,
anyway.
let's see. Yeah. And then, so obviously this one was the first one, which is a clear yellow. Yeah. We get that.
And we're going to get a close-up on it anyway, but it is a clear foul. And it, like you said off air, you know, she knows straight away she's done wrong instantly. And if you go in,
like her hand was like, sorry.
Yeah. This is where it gets interesting, yeah. So I just don't feel like it's that long.
There's no option, because she wanted to pass down, and there was no option. That ref as well gave away 9 yellow cards and 2 reds in that game.
Oh, well, I know the 2 red cards.
People were people were saying, oh yeah, she was giving just yellow cards away, or like cards like there was no tomorrow. Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, haha, whatever. Like 9 yellows and 2 reds. That's
crazy.
Pretty.
That's.
I didn't know it was to that extent.
Harsh. Yeah, that is harsh.
It is 26 seconds though that she did take to take the free kick. So I just want to see your views, because for me, I'd find that so frustrating as a player, like an opponent.
I think
because it is like hurry
I think she deserved. I think for her to get. It depends, because I haven't watched the full match, and I think it depends on. Has she time wasted before in this match? Has she been warned? I think she deserved a warning to be like, you're time wasting. Do it again. You're off, kind of thing. I feel like if this is the first time where she's properly time wasted, and she's just been straight away, not even been warned, just be like, yeah, you're off. I think it's a bit of a harsh decision.
I think as well, as a ref, it's so like, I used to be a ref and do it, and it's so hard, the pressure on you, and you're like, I need to make the right decision, but also you have to look at the context. The context is she's already on a yellow, so by you just giving her a yellow for time wasting, that might be calm if she didn't have one before, because it would be like, okay, a bit extreme, but you know, just to keep an eye out and whatever, just so you don't do it again. But to actually then give a full like red, it's a bit whoa. Yeah, like the context behind it is pretty crazy that she got sent off for that.
I think, like you said, I think with her, is it 9 yellow cards? That
9
yellow cards, 2 red cards. It seems like the ref was very like, you know, trigger happy with the cards as it was, and it seems like she was very strict. So I think
it is hard because every ref's going to have their different opinion 100%. On it.
I want to see what goes from here. Like, are we going to keep with this standard? Where, because as well as realistically, 26 seconds. That's a lot of time. It's a lot of time to time waste. You know, when you think of like Man City are 1-0 up, Chelsea want to win this game, time wasting like that. And obviously with all the summer talk about the restrictions when it comes to time wasting.
I think also though time wasting, this was in the, I'm pretty sure it was the 38th minute of the game. So it's not like in the game where you're in the 90th minute and you go to the corner flag and you just play that, which annoys me, but obviously you want your team to win, so I get it. It's literally in the middle, so it's not like she's on purpose wanted to waste time.
No, I think here
at this point, yes, they were winning.
I think if you look at her, she goes to and then she's realising, okay, maybe that's not the correct decision. I think she's not purposely time wasting. I think she's genuinely trying to find.
The ref was all the way over in the other net, like running back for this, and it is a bit of a.
I remember watching this, and I know that I think when just as she starts to run, like around that time. That's when the ref blows the whistle. As soon as she blows the whistle, that's when she goes to kick it. So I feel like
I think she should have gone and said, like, blown the whistle and been like, right, don't waste time next time.
Yeah, I think you should have.
But I just don't know like moving away from this, what this means in the future for refs,
100%.
because firstly, I think there's so much trolling in the women's game. There's so much trolling in football as a whole.
Yeah.
But I think going forward, I don't want this ref to suffer because of this one day.
No, that's true.
It was a bad day at the office and everything. Obviously, it's mad that it was still a draw when you think Chelsea are the reigning champions and they drew to a
Well, I was going to say, it's a big
team,
result, isn't it? Yeah, it's a big result.
So it's a bit of a mad one how it didn't completely affect. I reckon if those two players, Lauren Hemp as well, didn't get sent off,
I think they
could have won. So as a City fan, you must be gutted.
100%.
But
100%.
I don't know. Moving forward, I don't know. What do you think this could actually? How do you think it's going to impact, or is it literally just?
It's interesting to see a decision like this to be done in the Women's Super League rather than the like the Prem, because I feel like refereeing, especially in the Premier League right now, is horrendous. It's horrendous, and I expected to see an issue like this arise in the Prem. That being said, you know, I suppose it's not too surprising to see it in the Women's Super League, and I think, I don't know, I think going forward it's hard to say, it really is hard to say, because it's a harsh decision, and I don't think the ref should be penalised. I think the red card should be overturned. I don't think she should get like free match ban or anything like that.
Yeah, no.
But I think, if anything, I think the ref was a bit trigger happy. I think the ref needs words, needs to have words with you know, to make sure that she's not trigger happy again. And I think
what you're saying is definitely a learning curve for both players, knowing don't waste time.
Yeah.
But also for the refs to be like, look at this backlash you're getting.
Yeah.
For Ian Wright to come out and say it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Farrah Williams is the one I keep seeing on BBC Sport saying, yeah, it wasn't the right thing, you ruined the game, you ruined the flow of it. And that's the thing, cards ruin the flow.
100%.
So it is that issue.
Yeah,
but
100%.
we'll just see what happens. But I think obviously we agree it's the wrong decision.
Yeah, 100%. Complete there. We'll see how it goes. I don't think much will change from this. Yeah. But I think it's
Either
definitely
way,
harsh.
we don't really agree with it.
No, we can't do anything, can we? So, okay, shall we move on to the next topic we have? So this is the World Cup decisions by FIFA. So let's go on with the 2031, where we've got 6 countries.
And 3 continents.
So I want to make sure I get this correct. Oh, hello. I want to make sure I get this correct where, so the opening 3 matches will take place in Uruguay, Argentina and Paraguay. And then after that, the actual hosts of the competition is Spain, Portugal and Morocco. So like, for me, it's named like 6 countries and 3 continents. And that is a lot when you deep it, like 3 continents, Christ. But I think it's exaggerated to some extent. Because when you look at Spain, Portugal and Morocco, although Morocco is African, Spain and Portugal is European, they are relatively close to each other. That being said, obviously they're doing that 100 years since, you know, the inaugural tournament thing in Montevideo, but I think, I just think it's a bit of like a...
Do you think it's good or bad, or not?
Bad.
You can't black and white it? Okay.
I think it's a bit... It feels like a bit of a mockery, because it's like, okay, well, let's do the opening 3 matches in Uruguay, Argentina and Paraguay, but then let's just, you know, fuck off all the way to Europe, and that's the actual horse. Like, pick one lane to be on.
I think it's good for the aspect of getting lots of different nations involved, because it is the World Cup, and I get obviously marking the century, like it's good in that sense, and obviously like all the president, like FA president,
FIFA president
has come out and been like, yeah, this is really good, like to feel inclusive, but we've heard him say that similar things about Qatar World Cup and everything, so it's hard what you hear. I agree with you that I don't think it's the best option. I'm still very mixed, but I don't think it's the best option, because even if you look at almost the greenwashing aspects of it, of the travelling, like you said, the first 3 games in one part, and then you have to travel, and even from game to game, it's a lot.
100%.
So I feel like you're always going to find a fault in any sport event.
No, and that's true, but I feel like it's very hypocritical of FIFA when they've spoken so highly on, you know, like the carbon emissions. I feel like when they have spoken so highly and been like, oh yeah, we are going to focus on making sure the carbon emissions are much better, for them to do it like this, where you're not only having like players or coaches travelling, you're having it where you know, you've got all these fans probably travelling to one country or another, you've got all these staff travelling, you know, that when we talk about like, because obviously airplanes like is one of the biggest factors to carbon emissions. And you're talking about the immense travel from that, of all the staff, all the players, all the coaches, all the people helping the World Cup, and all the fans. it's a bit heavy. So it's a bit hypocritical, that side. I like the idea that they have. I just think it makes a bit of a mockery of the World Cup, especially with. I'm certain they're implementing it where there's like 48 teams now as well, and it's and I think like 2030 will be the first one where it might be the. If 2030 is the one where they're implementing it, although I feel like it's the USA one and they're implementing it, the USA, Mexico, Canada one, I just think it'll be such a mess because you've got 3 continents, so many teams. Like, it's just
for sure. I do think as well, it's good to add the variety and reaching out to different places because it is the world. So it kind of links onto the 2034 World Cup and how they want it in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. So I don't know your views on that because I know many, especially LGBT groups, have come forwards and said, obviously this is a country that not necessarily conforms to their way of living. So it is tricky.
Well, like Saudis share a lot of issues like Qatar do. And I think it looks like they'll get it. I don't know if it's been confirmed yet, but it looks like they'll get the 2034 World Cup, Saudi Arabia.
It's pretty much lined up. Like I feel like they've tactically done it.
100%.
So it's lined up.
And I think it's going to be interesting because obviously Saudi Arabia, the amount they've invested in terms of getting players over and improving their leagues, and they're really trying to make it a sporting nation because obviously that's where the money is. I just think it's hard because for me, I think World Cup, the world has to be involved, and I like the idea of the doors being open to the Arabic world, bringing them into the football world and the industry. But to do it in this sort of manner, I just feel like it's not the right way to do it.
It's weird to think it's a whole decade away as well. Like to think we're talking about it now, but when it actually happens, what is it?
What's the situation going to
be like? As in because we're only just recently seeing people like Jordan Henderson going over there now. But in a decade, like I doubt he'll still be playing, but in a decade, is it going to be a massive league? It's going to be more than one. Like, what's it going to look like? So it's really hard to say. I do like that we're branching out to others, but it is just making sure you have to respect their ways of life, but then it's you want to feel welcomed as well. So for different groups of people, it is quite a challenging place.
Well, it's like I know that Australia are wanting to do the 2034 one, and like it'll be Australia, New Zealand, and the oceanic continent. That kind of
they did well for the women's.
They did pretty well for the women's, but money.
It's hard to travel out.
I think money-wise, like, are they going to afford to do the World Cup men's? Because I know that's a big issue in Australia right now. I think it was one of the. Was it one of the oceanic islands that held the Commonwealth Games and they couldn't go forward with it?
I was about to say,
and Birmingham, I can't remember which island it was. But I know that last year, the Commonwealth Games were held in Birmingham, and I know that's completely different to an oceanic island, but the Birmingham government are bankrupt currently, and that's been a big factor to it. So, as much as we want these sporting events,
you need to make sure places,
they can financially.
And I think with Saudi Arabia, they will be able to.
They definitely can, but then there's the moral issues. And this is like at the start of the podcast when I said that, football industry is great, but my God, there's so many deep-rooted problems, and sports washing. Oh my God, it's so big, and I think, like I said, if
it's about which do you want to be like ignorance is bliss, or which issues do you want to face, or are you there for just the sport? But then, what comes with the sport is all the issues of, do you feel welcome? So it is. I think it's going to be tricky no matter 100%. Which angle we look at.
It's easy just to ignore it, but I think as people, we all have moral compasses, and as much as it would be easy to ignore it, who are we if we don't follow our moral compass? So
literally.
Next topic.
100%. I've been waiting for this one.
Happy days.
Slightly better.
Okay, so you'll like this one. So we're going to go for the
Maisie's loving it.
Arsenal. Arsenal beat. I can't believe you guys beat him last minute. 88th minute. Was it 88th minute? I feel like it was 88th minute.
Yeah, it was in the 80s somewhere because I was at work and I saw it on my phone. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God.
I was in Archview. I've just leaked my address to everyone. Well, I say everyone, but that's fine. I was in in the apartment building, and obviously everyone in there, football fans, and I was there and I just got back from working and I was laid in my bed and I checked the score and literally checked the score and it was 0-0. And I was like, the game's going to end 0-0. That's a good result for everyone. Put my phone down and literally seconds after I heard everyone screaming outside. And I was thinking,
it was all just Maisie.
And I was just Maisie, like, no! And I was screaming and I was like, there's no way. There's absolutely, and I checked it and I couldn't believe it. No, I was just like,
fuming.
I was like, there's no way like that's just happening.
No.
I don't care if Arsenal win or.
I think other teams are happy that City didn't win because they are the ones that are going to win. From my perspective, obviously Arsenal winning, best moment. I was like, yes, thank God for that.
Well, like they have a big midfield. Well, I say big midfield issue, but they have a midfield issue right now because
they've got 2 11 lineups. Like they're good. Their squad depth is obviously like pretty much the best in the league. But the fact that apparently, because obviously I was at work, I was only watching the odd bit. Don't tell work that actually. Not doing that. But it was a very much back-to-back. Everyone I was chatting to was pretty much saying it was quite boring, back-to-back, and then suddenly Martinelli just does it. And we were like, oh, Havertz's assist is very interesting as well.
Oh, really?
Because obviously he's been criticised quite a bit recently.
Yes,
he got that penalty, but loads of people have been saying it was almost just a charity penalty. Like, go on, like Odegaard was like, yeah, go on, take that. So I do get that.
But I think you'd much rather it be a charity, because that would have done his confidence well anyway. You know,
but then the game after, I just feel like he kind of slipped back in the Champions League. But this wasn't anything special, but just to get your name on there.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
It's a good 100%. Position to be in.
I think Odegaard's really such a good player for you guys.
I think he's a really good captain as well because he's quite calm. You see some just shouting, he just seems a bit calmer with it. But where this puts us in the league as well is a pretty good spot. Obviously Spurs, you know, slightly above, but we're joint.
No, I have to, because I said I respect it. You know, technically, you know, I can't do it. Spurs are top of the league, right? They are, because they have scored more goals, and I have to do it for Maisie. However, you won't finish top of the league, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, that's fine then. Yeah.
So, well, she knows anyway. I don't even need to hear that.
I don't think we're really the delusional people.
Yeah, but Spurs are. But this is where it gets tricky, because although Spurs have scored more, have Spurs conceded more? Well, obviously. So realistically, come on, it's a tie. It is a tie. You're on the same goal difference. You're on the you're top. Maisie, you're top.
No, okay.
You're top.
The thing is, they're top, yeah. Then it's us. Then it's City. That is not gonna stay for very long. Obviously, going to international break is a bit of a mad one. It's like, but we get it. Fucking hell, Maisie,
you're not happy.
Relax yourself. But I just think Brent, straight up. I just think that it's such a good position for Arsenal to be in now.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them delusional fans that thinks we're going to win the league. We're not.
Yeah.
But I think in the couple of seasons we can. It's just giving us that confidence. But I do think that Spurs look pretty good right now, which is scary. Like for the derby, that was the first time that I was like, oh, this could go wrong. So
yeah.
But yeah, are we gonna show the goal or?
Yeah, well, let's let me originally show you this. So I'm going to show you Kovacic's foul, because I'm not going to show you second foul, but essentially Kovacic committed a foul. And for me, I think it should be a red card, but he got yellow, whatever. He committed another foul, but didn't get a yellow card.
That'll be a mad day out for City, just getting reds left, right, centre.
Yeah, that's true, because it would have been 3 reds in one day.
Literally, that would be mad.
But that's a rough tackle. That is such a... And the decision for yellow, fine, but there's another. I'm not going to go into it because of time. But look at this. That is.
It's the fat. You know that. Oh, like you have no skin there, like no fat. It's just. Oh.
Yeah. Actually, I want to. I'm going to show you something, because I'm so certain that. I'm sorry to bring it back to Burnley. I'm sorry, but it does include Man City. I promise. Burnley versus Man City. Saw the season. One of our players got a red card, and I feel like it's the exact same movement, same tackle. I genuinely think it's the exact same, like where he goes. Let me show you it, because it just. Wait, I've got to find this. I've got to make sure. There we go. Right. So it's about there. So if we watch this back. Goes in at the back, gets no ball. Straight to the feet. Literally. I feel like I slowed down.
It was also just like studs up, like very much. It wasn't even just.
Yeah, I couldn't. So if I do that, slow it down a bit. I'm a genius. I'm actually a genius.
Edit all of this out.
Yep. That's all studs straight to the foot. That should be a red, right?
Yep.
We go here.
The fact we still won and that happened is what I'm like.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Maybe City aren't as invincible.
Tell me how this is different. Okay, it's a little bit different. Okay, wait, in my mind, it felt a lot different.
You should have fact-checked that.
Yeah, I should have fact. Well, it just came into my mind. I was like,
to be fair,
that's a bit different.
No, I do see. I don't know why I'm trying to defend you here, but I do see how.
But you know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
Like, that one's a hard, like, that's definitely a red. I'm not negotiating, but I still feel like.
No, I feel like the Arsenal one was worse.
Like, because that goes straight, look at that.
It was a straight red.
That's a red.
Straight red.
I've completely embarrassed myself. Yeah. Right, but let's go on the goal. Let's go and watch the goal. But I just think Kovacic, he got lucky there. 100%. There we go.
No, definitely.
Let's go here. So,
thing is, there was a slight deflection, I'm pretty sure, but.
Oh, let me change the playback speed as well. Okay. Oh, completely. There we go. Right. So that's the second foul anyway. No ball. And gets his foot. That has to be another yellow.
This is why, like, if we didn't win, best believe everyone would be going off on one.
So mad.
Because
that has to be another yellow.
I'm just happy we got the points because I just can't be bothered to deal with that. But it is so, like honestly.
He's done
well anyways,
there.
Look at this, baller, worth every single penny. Oof. Oh wait, that wasn't the goal.
No, but it's still good though. It's still good though from Rice. It's still good though.
No wait, it's when Havertz chests it.
Yeah, that's a good ball by the way. I remember seeing that. I think before goes in.
Don't get me wrong, Havertz was pushed into that pass.
Yeah, 100%.
So it wasn't even like.
But at least he's got himself from there.
He was in the right position at the right time, and obviously.
But that is a.
Did Maisie watch that? Is she looking?
Yes, yeah, Maisie, okay. Just keeping. But that from the right back. That's hang on. Just watch this ball from the right back that comes into penalty area. I'm such a fan of it. Look at that as a ball. Whoa! I love that. I love that. Big fan. Big fan. That's a great goal for you guys.
It's actually mad. One thing though, Tomiyasu. I swear that's.
Yeah.
Tomiyasu, why is he in the box? Like, he's meant to be our defender.
That's very true.
So I feel like it just, but it went in, so I don't even care.
That must be some speed.
Literally just straight on the pitch. But, you know.
Yeah, you must be happy with that though.
If we didn't get that deflection, then it wouldn't have gone in, obviously, because I don't think it would have. But yeah, I just think definitely should have been at least 1 or 2 reds for that.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have been a good day for City either way.
No, it wouldn't have. Okay, let's go on to
our final one.
Our final one. Kevin Keegan.
I didn't even realise this until you mentioned this.
Yeah. It's interesting.
And it's just such a regressive situation because basically Kevin Keegan's come out and said that he doesn't like female pundits reporting or female pundits, commentators, anything reporting on England men.
Yeah.
So it's basically what he's getting at is that men report on men and women report on women.
Yeah.
But surely that's just completely opposite of what we should be working towards. Well, we should be working towards equal spaces for both.
I completely agree. This is the exact quote he said. He said, just to get this right, the presenters we have now, some of the girls are so good. They are better than the guys. It's a great time for the ladies. But if I see an England lady footballer saying about England against Scotland at Wembley, and she's saying, if I would have been in that position, I would have done this, I don't think it's quite the same. I don't think it crosses over that much. So essentially what he's saying is that he likes the presenters. They think like these presenters are good, but they should not be commenting on men's football. Like
because they don't understand it. I get the sports are like women's football and men's football, they are quite different. Like the pace of it, we know all the crowd, we know everything is different, but it is football at the end of the day. So if it's literally a simple Jill Scott saying something like, oh, if I was stood in the middle there, I'd hold on to the ball and then release it. If you're saying something like that,
that's fine.
Anyone could say that, even if you're not even an ex-player, anyone could say that.
100%.
But it's the fact that he's like, no, you're not allowed to say that because you're a woman, so you wouldn't know. It is so progressive, it's absolutely mad.
I think, obviously, I'm not using this as an excuse at all whatsoever. His time was much different to what our time is now in terms of what he's
72.
He's an old man. He's an old man, 80s old footballer. So but yeah, his time was a lot different than ours. So I think it's more of a case of like he's mainly against it because he's not used to it. That's not the normal to him. Not that I'm excusing it. You know, as we grow as people, we need to follow with society and, you know, follow what our society rules are. You know, and I think the way he's worded is so bad.
But he actually does praise them as well.
He does praise them.
But then he's like, oh, but you can't say that you know how it feels to be in England, in the England men's team. And it's like, well, obviously they don't know how it feels, but they know what they do in that situation. So I do think it is, like, this is not good for the game. This is not good at all. This is literally everything, what we were saying about morals earlier, everything we stand against at the Woodwork, because it's just not
My issue is that, like, I get what he's saying, but, like, you know, let's take Ian Wright, for example. Ian Wright's like a big commentator, presenter when it comes to England international games. And, you know, he's not made any comment about men commenting on the, you know, the women's games of being like, you know, it also frustrates me when it's vice versa. He's only said it for when women comment on men. So it's kind of like, it's interesting the way he's worded it. I think he's worded it poorly. I don't think he's helped himself. I think news companies are twisting in it because I do think he likes these presenters, but I still think, like, you know, I'm more than happy to have men and women commenting on each, you know, football's football at the end of the day. And I think women's football is its own thing, and I think men's football is its own thing. But I think I trust a women footballer to comment, you know, if they were in a position when it comes to men's football and vice versa, you know. I don't think anyone...
They're just footballers at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%. I don't think anyone has ever had an issue with what Ian Wright has said when it comes to commentate or present games.
I think because he is so good. Like him and Alex Scott.
Incredible. Alex Scott
I love
so
them too because I'm like, they've both played for their clubs and country. They both know what they're chatting about, but they respect both equally.
100%.
So I think in the future, if we're still going to see things like this, it's just so draining for the sport, because little girls, they're seeing the Lionesses do all of this, build up their lives, like create a lot of success basically, and then suddenly you've got someone like this just
I don't think,
down.
not even
but I
just
don't want
from
to judge
like
him as a whole person, but
I just don't even think from like, not even just from like, obviously you know this better personally for me, but not even just from like a perspective for like a little girl, but for like a woman going into like university or wanting to study in football or wanting to get in that side of football media and stuff, and then they hear comments about this of like where they don't really, it's also saying that they don't really want women involved in the men's game, and it's kind of like, well, you know, what does that say for people, like, you know, these young women coming out of college wanting to go down the industry, and they're hearing stuff like, you know, these big role models, these big, you know, a lot of history, Kevin Keegan, coming out and saying stuff like this. It doesn't help. It really doesn't.
What you're saying as well about uni is pretty much what he's saying is what the news topics we've just spoken about, the other three, I can't talk about the Arsenal men's or the City men playing, but then you also can't talk about the Chelsea women and City women playing.
And it just doesn't need to be like that.
And it's like, no, because your opinion is just as valid because you know football, and my opinion is just as valid because I roughly know it. So it's like, you know, you should...
I think it's shown a lot of true colours for people who have come out. And I do understand, like, from his, you know, from his upbringing is completely different to ours, where he's not used to the way it is now. But I think he needs to, I do think he needs to adjust to it. I definitely do, because it's not a case of like, I've not, like, let's say, like, Alex Scott, I've never had an issue with the way she commentates on games. I think she's spot on all the time. And I think there's a good, like, Rachel Brown, she's spot on when she does, like, the commentary throughout the England games. She did it for the World Cup. She's brilliant, really absolutely brilliant.
Don't get me wrong, some aren't as good, and then some of the men aren't as good.
But
it's just...
But if I was to look at these and say, like, oh, would I be happy hearing them commentate on, like, Burnley games? I'd have no issue. Men or women, like, I'd have no issue whatsoever.
Exactly.
So it's interesting. It's interesting.
It is, but hopefully we won't have to discuss things like this again in the future.
No, hopefully not. Yeah. That does come to the end of the show.
It does.
It's been an interesting first show. It's probably the best way to put it.
Like it's gone all right.
Yeah, I feel like Maisie might need to go and like seek some like mental help after the she's not in her head. Yeah, we won't pay for that. Just to clarify, we won't be paying. But no, we're only messing. Thank you for the people in the gallery. Appreciate all the help, and thank you for you guys watching. We really appreciate it. We hope this lasts for a very long time. Yeah. Very excited for the future.
The first of many.
Yes, of course. Very excited for future.
Are we going to have to do that cringy like and subscribe vibe? You can do that.
You know what? I'll finish it off. Yeah,
okay,
I'll do that. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of our content, make sure to hit the subscription button. And if you want to be notified when we upload, make sure to hit that bell. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
See you later.